I feel like that's basic, like, knowledge.
You'd think so, but there are a lot of things that aren't.
Yeah, yeah,
Based
I
in
know.
common sense built.
Based on what?
No. You're telling me these elections are these election terms are mid?
Oh my god.
God damn it.
On that note,
Uh,
are you guys ready to start?
are we not gonna have? Wait, no. Yeah, we have everyone.
Yeah, we're just about there.
We can start.
Yeah, we can start.
Okay, cool. See, the reason why I want to record through Craig is because I think it'll cut out some of my bird fucking screaming right behind me.
Hmm.
But, because editing that out has been kind of a bitch. I
Yeah,
love
I can
Chirp. I
imagine.
love Chirp, but he's fucking loud.
You gave him the name. He's just trying to stay up with it.
Yeah, he's living up to his...
You're peer pressuring him. That's
Uh-huh.
fucked up.
Oh my god. So last game you went to you found yourself in the morning outside of the gates of Unamelion, the Elven city in the Valley of Nine. You met a new friend named Ten, who's a phantom rogue sort of guy, and you've just entered the house Olosandrora, which is Leo's. You met Leo's uncle, Drunamar and Galisandror Ilican Brunamar Olosandrora, and after some back and forth, Leo finally admitted, "Hey, I'm your fucking nephew," and he's like, "Oh shit, come in the house. You're immortal. You're gonna die like soon because they don't have a concept of how long mortals live because they're basically immortal." You then pop into existence, also Bastion, as you guys are just about to step into the door of this grand stone house, and Drunamar and Galisandror, Erlich and Brunamar, Olosandror, they say their whole names every fucking time they talk.
Oh yeah, can I get that one more time?
Yeah. Drunamarin, Galisandror, Illican, Bruamir, Olosandrora.
Is that with an I or a Y?
Which word?
Mm-hmm.
It's all. There's only a Y in Galisandror. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he
What
kind
about
of
an S?
an S. There's an S in Galisandror and an S in Olosandrora.
All right, cool, got it.
Okay, great.
You're definitely not Hawaiian, because there's no Y in that language.
Yeah. And he pauses. He goes, "Oh, Leozar and Amastasia Olosandrora, because you don't have all your names yet, Leo. He says, you have even more friends."
Ashton, when'd you get that?
These are much more like bodyguards than friends sometimes, but I do enjoy their company.
Hello, I am Bastion, son of Gond. And I extend my hand.
He has like the dainty little handshake. And I am Drunamara and Galisandro Erlikin Bruminar Olosandrora. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, however brief it may be. Although, are you?
Yes,
I
I
sense
am one
that
of his
you are-
first creations.
Pardon?
I am one of Gond's first creations.
You see their mouths kind of open a bit in shock, and they go, "I had sensed your age upon you. How interesting to meet a friend from the material plane who will actually live long enough to become a friend."
As far as I
Interesting.
know, I am functionally immortal.
Same.
Wonderful.
Kind of same.
And
I've
you
got
also...
10 solid years left in me.
Oh god. I had sensed you also, Mr. Ten. Although I was confused about the etherealness that hangs about you. So interesting. You'll have to tell us all about it as soon as although we should get to Leozar and Anastasia Olosandrora first, because, I know how little time you have left. It's
At least 100 years. You can calm down.
a century in the face of eternity. It's just It's a blink. If you get distracted, you might miss it. I will go and we shall go in and gather the personages of our house. And he leads you in. Let me see here. Yeah, it's where to go. I have a description of the inside of your house, but I can't find it. Yeah, he leads you through a grand staircase, and it feels like you stepped into like an 18th century opera house. Like statues are supporting entire gilded staircases, and there's sweeping archways over portions of the raised floor, or multi-level floor, as it's there's stages almost on every wall. Anywhere from quaint seating areas like in a cafe to a grand theater seating arrangements around these great resonating halls. There's even like box seats around the foyer, and like just when you think you step to a backstage area, there's another soaring pedestal, and you're in a room built especially for performance. And this is the place designed explicitly to showcase art, and which they consider to be the highest purpose any room could be built for. And it's every room has kind of like a different theme, from glamorous to righteous to rustic, because you have to get the right mood. And on every wall and in every corner is an instrument. You even pass by every couple of rooms has a full set of pipe organs built into the wall, and that sort of thing. You see instruments you can't even conceive how they work, some that don't even look like instruments, and they might just be modern art. You can't tell. But the acoustics are amazing as well. You hear your footsteps sound melodic as you're led through these halls. And you are led to what feels like a central, like almost courtyard room, as a skylight opens up and you feel the heat of the sun dazzle you, as you realize what might have been stained glass for a moment is actually thousands of prisms that are suspended in the air like a blanket, rippling on waves, and so thousands upon thousands of rainbows glitter and refract in every direction. And there's like an artificial forest stretching up like kelp under this ocean, and cooling you and shielding you from the miasma of light as the marble floor transitions into looping paths around a bubbling, gentle fountain around these pockets of plants all around the room. Curling ivy, trumpet vines, viola pansies, and bamboo trees, which would be perfect for making flutes out of. Drunimar and Galisandror, Irlican, Brunimara, Olosandror leads you into a large alcove of this room where there are chase lounges and tea tables and overstuffed pillows for you to sit on underneath the vines and bamboo fronds. And then he leaves you for a moment to go get the rest of your family, Leo. Do you guys do anything while you have a moment alone?
I think I just want to play my golden pan flute and watch the flowers dance.
Wonderful. Make a performance check.
Meanwhile, I'm just trying to be good, not causing problems, and I'm looking for something to kill.
Looking for something to kill. Well, there's plants everywhere. There's bacteria on your skin.
Well, can I get like a vibe check on if a plant would feed the sword?
Make a Arcana check or religion, either one.
That's close enough to a vibe check, honestly. Okay, that's a 19 plus 6, that's a 25.
With a 25, you kind of hold the sword and feel its I don't know, swordness.
Pulsing heavyweight. Big. Thick.
Yeah. And you feel, with the 25, you realize that even Leo's animals won't feed this sword. It has to be a creature with a soul.
So, how do we all feel about Yagami?
Oh my god.
It's an aberration. I mean, you know what? I'll wait until I can find another animal.
You cannot fucking kill Yagami. We're already
I'm going to walk over to Pale and put one big hand on his shoulder and just say, Yagami is under my protection. We are friends, Pale. Do not test that.
I never would. I would rather fall on the sword myself before crossing you because you terrify me and I respect you for that. I will simply go find an elk or something.
We are good friends. And I'll pat him on the shoulder.
A Russian monster just said, "You are a good friend. You are good. I won't kill you yet." Okay, I was just gonna sit down and kind of fiddle with something. And he random crap in his bag.
Side note, that's a 31 on the performance check.
Jesus fucking
the
Christ.
fuck? You have a plus 12?
Yes, I do.
Holy
does.
shit!
Puts on a show.
Yeah, you go fucking ham on this,
Yeah, I go fucking ham.
and you can even hear as bamboo grows incredibly quickly, you can see it grow a whole fucking foot closer to the ceiling.
Boy,
And
I love that we use Imperial units.
Imperial
Fantastic.
unit.
Yes.
Yeah, only elves use the metric system, because fuck elves. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you remember the fucking... Oh, I don't know if you were there, Leo, but the bombed out other elven city that you guys found in the Scorch. It said kilometers. It's 5 kilometers away. Only elves use the metric system. But, yeah, also, Bastion, you see that there's a new friend in your midst. Would you like to describe your character, Jeremiah?
I essentially have a very ghastly appearance. I may or may not be alive. It's very hard to tell, but I'm definitely sentient and potentially lethal, but also I don't look like I pose any or like I have any ill will or anything like that. I'm just sort of hanging around like anybody else would, so it's, you know.
What race are you and what gear do you have?
I am an Eladrin Phantom. Rogue.
Okay, cool.
Eladrin elf.
Right, yeah. The elemental elves from the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's wearing smoldering armor.
Mhm.
And in addition to that, he's been cursed to be a phantom, so he looks kind of ghostly, and on top of that, his whole body is just smoking.
Indeed.
was that expressed to the party? Like, do we know that?
Yeah, you can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to walk over to our new party member.
And what do you look like, Bastion?
So I'm about 6'10", and basically think like a walking set of very, very fine armor. There's like a bit of a crest to the helmet. I don't carry any weapons, I just have a backpack on me, but my like gauntlets extend into kind of these like sort of claw, basically, like they end in points. They look to be a bit more heavily armored than the rest of the body. Attached to my left shoulder is what looks like a minigun. I have a like red cloak, like it's more of like a poncho, really. It's got gold embroidering along it. And attached to my left gauntlet is what looks like a small like metal circle.
A gigantic warforged.
Yeah, I am a large robot. Yeah, where there would be like eyes going, there's just 2 like blue dots, and then whenever I speak, the grill for the mouth, it lights up.
Epic. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would like to walk over and say, "Hello, I am unaware if we have met before. I am Bastion, son of Gond," and I will extend my hand.
I extend my hand as well.
I'll shake it.
Greetings. I do not believe we have met before, though you look a trustworthy fellow.
Yes. Are you well?
I am. Are you?
That is good. Your appearance would suggest otherwise. However, if you believe yourself to be well, I understand.
Well, the question of what well is always, you know, in the air, isn't
well
it?
can be defined as a measure of good health. For example, are your
Seeing as I
organs
find
damaged?
myself-
Is your skin damaged?
Yes and no. My skin cannot die, or it does not simply, you know, just age and go away, but it's definitely, I am cursed. with long life. So it has its side effects.
I can imagine that it's troublesome.
And it was. I enjoy going back and forth when I can between into the other.
Very well. If my companions have trusted you, then I will trust you as well. It is good to make your acquaintance. And then I will end the handshake finally.
We're still holding hands.
Oh yeah.
My, a fine grip you do have.
Thank you. And then I'll just go back to just standing there.
Yeah.
I will walk
So-
away, I'm not gonna stand in front, but yeah.
No, that's cool.
Alright, I'm gonna pull out my pipe of smoke monsters. Let me make sure I got the name right. Ask if anybody wants to hit, and I will.
Wants a hit.
I'm just trying to be. This is me, my character, trying to be friendly.
What are you smoking there, bud?
Oh, just
I got some
leaf.
I got
Just
some-
leaf.
I got some devil grass. If that sounds.
We should make a salad.
Devil grass is weed in this universe.
And look her down and say,
Thank you.
you guys
A salad
should
is
not.
when you mix multiple different things and smoke it all together.
Different strains.
You-
like say different people.
For some stoner knowledge.
Okay.
Kids should not be doing drugs, especially in this fine abode. It's bad for you. Anyway, I need to find someone to murder to feed my soul-eating sword, but drugs are bad. Don't forget that. I do still have some tear in me. Not much. He left my body, and that void was filled deeply with Merkul. But, drugs are still bad.
You're still a nerd, yeah.
I will fight whatever god deity just said that.
You have enough battles, Pale. You're already fighting
Like every
3 different
deity.
gods.
Listen, I will square up with Vivian, the Raven Queen, Merkul. I will bring Vecna back just to throw hands with him.
Oh my god.
I'm not above it.
Okay, so in files, very similar looking elves. They all look like they're about early 30s. And Drunamarin would introduce every single fucking one of them. But I'm trying to decide if I want to read all their fucking names.
Please have mercy on us.
Yeah.
Do not.
Okay.
I think
okay.
you
Louis,
should for the
Louis.
effect.
I disagree firmly. Do we need to vote on this?
I'll read them.
He does get 2
earlier.
votes.
Yeah, I get 2 votes because Yagami would agree with me.
Okay. There's
And
you're-
insert every names here.
yeah, I might do it in post. Because it's gonna take me literally like 3 fucking minutes.
You can just
Please
copy
do
and
not.
paste
It's
it.
in the mail.
Do not.
Yeah, I'll copy and paste it into the Discord chat and then read it in post. Yeah, but
Thank
Oh my
You're-
god.
you what? What did you say, Ian?
I said, oh my god.
Yeah. your aunt, your uncle, your other aunt, your cousin, your other cousin, and then your grandmother, grandfather, great grandmother, and then great grandfather walk in and are introduced by your uncle. My dear family, this Leozarin Anastasia Olasandrora is your aunt. Shira Inaskis Zalari Neandalin Olasandrora, and of course you know me, Drunamarin Galisandror Ilikin Bruamir Olasandrora, my wife and your aunt, Thea Meldown Havelry Fendalar Inurin Olasandrora, your cousin Vuden Sundriel Halathar Ualia Olasandrora, and then your other cousin, my other child, Rafen Rosalor Lixis Tissandra Olasandrora, and then your grandmother and my mother, Sifil Matimunu Alimentara Ferenstima Olasandrora, your grandfather and my father, Gumrumar Defir Persquin Ilaris Olasandrora, your great-grandmother, Winifred Malaya Alencia Tissandra Olasandrora, and your great-grandfather, Aluya Ruber Heriath Torfina Olasandrora, and My dear kin, this is Galimendor Cainamandriel Talifingafis Naphalin Olisendrora's son, and as I told you, Galimendor Cainamandriel Talifingafis Naphalin Olisendrora still lives, according to Leozar and Anastasio Olisendrora. And these are his friends, Pale Talon, Carolina Shadeflame, Ten, Bastian, son of Gond, and they have come to tell us of themselves and our dear Galimendor Cainamandriel Talifingafis Naphalin Olisendrora. And
I keep playing because I've never fit in anywhere before, and I sure would like to.
Yeah, your
as much as I will never ever admit that to anyone.
Your family comes in, and you had like a 35, right?
A 31.
Okay, still, Jesus. And they stand in awe at the flowing rainbow miasma ceiling and the plants which are growing and waving around you in the waves of sound being produced by your pan flute. And they just kind of stand back, and eventually when you finish, they all golf clap, like very, very politely, like just, it's your grandmother, matron mother Winifred Malaya Elencia Trissandra Olisendrora. She says, Drunamarin tells us of our lost son and you, my great-great-grandson. And upon hearing your beautiful music, I have no doubt of the authenticity of your claim. My dear kin, Shira Ignacius Zalari Neandalin Olisendrora, Drunamar and Galisendro Ilikin Brunamir Olisendrora, Themeldown Havelry Fandalar Eonin Olisendrora, Vudin Sundriel Halathar Uliar Olisendrora, Rafin Rostalar Lixis Trisandra Olisendrora, Sophia Matamuno Alimentara Ferenstimo Olisendrora, Grumamar Diafir Heresagwin Ilaris Olisendrora, Ulea Robert Harrieth Torfina Olisendrora, Leozar Anastasia, Pale Talon, Bastian son of Gond, and Ten, let us all join hands and sing for this joyous occasion. And holds hands with you and kind of like raises your eyes to the rainbow ceiling, and they all sing a short song of praise, just sort of in Elvish. It goes on for like 3 fucking minutes.
To which god are they singing praise?
Just in general.
Oh, I see.
And then they just literally 3 fucking minutes, and they lower their hands and they say, and your companions, how joyous to be in the presence of our family. And again, she goes through Shira Ignacius Zalari Neandalin Olisendrora, Drunamar and Galisendro Ilikin Brunamir Olisendrora, Theameldown Hevelry Falandar Inuin Olisendrora, Vudin Sundriel Halathar Uliar. Drunamarin finally stops her, and he says, Matron Mother Winifred Malaya Alencia Trissandra Olisendrora, these mortals have so little time. Shall we use only our first names? All this must be done in post-haste. I grow perturbed every second of their...
please.
every second of their lives spent, knowing they have so little. And she says, very well, Drunamar, and I feel your sentiment as well now that it's been spoken. We will forgo our ceremonies, no matter how irreverent, and reach the matter at hand.
Bless you, Alabal. Oh, bless you.
Please, Leo Zarin, tell us of your lost father, and then yourself and your companions.
Well, the most important thing, since we all agree that we do not have any time, or we're about to die any day as mortals, is that we are currently in a war for our very lives, and my father has been brainwashed and hypnotized. He is a shell of the man he once was, and by golly, we just need help.
Several of them grab each other's shoulders for support as they gasp in horror, and they say, our son, captured in war. All these mortals, the constant war, fighting for nothing, ending their lives, which are already so short. The blinks brought out by suffering. And they just kind of, and your great-great-grandmother kind of stares in the ceiling in soul-deep agony, wondering what has befallen her grandson. And she goes, and where is he now?
We were able to rescue him, but unfortunately, as when we left, it has been some days here now. When we left, his mind was not quite right. He didn't believe that I was real anymore.
Good Lord. And this war, how did he become involved?
The
Isn't important.
magic users in our world have subjugated those who do not possess our skills. They won't allow them any sliver of power. They've knocked them out of rule. They've been so incredibly cruel to them, and my father, he and some others are taking a stand against it and trying to end this tyranny.
Our son, fighting in war. It's so... What horrors he must have gone through to survive. To lose his music. To lose his soul. Our poor son, we must bring him back here at once. Nearly 200 years among mortals, his family thinking him dead. We cannot allow this a moment longer. And... gracious. Goodness me. Well, what of you? What of your life? We must chronicle this so we can take part in... document your life, to preserve it forever, though you surely will be lost to us.
I was born to a poor human mother in a town called Edgewater. There, I had one very close friend who was a half-elf like me, because you don't really fit in anywhere as a half-elf.
Of course. Cursed to be in between. I'm so sorry, Leozara and Anastasia, Olosandrora.
Yes, and one day he suddenly disappeared and I didn't know what became of him. I found out later that he had been murdered by the people who were now leading the town, and that really just sort of began... our time trying to right wrongs in our home. Because we did. We brought them to justice, the people who let their horses trample my friends to death and then left him to die in agony when he could have been saved.
Savagery. It always shocks me every time I hear it. Ah, the material plane, what evil is there? Bless Sylvania for leaving us in this place. But of course, your music, you get that from your father, most assuredly. Even at the tender age of 170, he was already a prodigy at the piano. He once wrote a piece that took 7 months to play and starred at the Spirits Festival as the ambient music player. It was quite popular because no one could bear to stop the performance, and so the festival continued for nearly a year. Has he played it for you?
We haven't had the time.
Oh, I understand. Always never enough time. And a human mother. I'm so sorry. Galamendror was betrothed to a woman who would have been the envy of all. A mere 50 years older than he, and even a higher house than us. House Talathriel. Though she was married 50 years ago, after her own time of mourning, after finding another suitor. How far did my brother fall?
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
Oh. Just what was your mother like?
She was a lovely woman. Beautiful, kind. She passed away due to an illness that affected our town. You see, it was Budweiser 19.
Jesus. I'm so sorry for what grief you must have been through already. Although I realize in this very moment that your arrival and the news of our lost kin places us in quite a quandary. When we lost Galamendror, we lost the opportunity of our advancement. King Alea Lumendress, Serenadin Corridin Utfrindil, High Lord of Unumelion, Keeper of the Silver Grove, Herald of the Southern Wind, and Scourge of the East Keep Wronger, long ago decreed that in order to ensure the consummate and exalted perpetuity of our great society, that the order of houses should fall to those who had the greatest number, able to fill roles that station would require. House Ola Sandrora stands as the Lords of Euphony, and she's looking at all of your family and you guys as she says this. We ordained the music to be played in public roads and halls of our city, and trained those who had learned music in voice or instrument to reach that lofty perfection. We take pride in it and have done so for centuries. However, with your addition to the family, however brief it may be, and the knowledge that Galamendror is still alive, we could inform King Alea of our expansions to our ranks, and of course swearing that to Galamendror's return and his recovery from this awful trauma he's been through, if he can be fixed. Although, of course, in time all wounds heal, even those so complicated. Though, with his return, we could, well, surpass House Casaurus, magistrates of all performing arts in Unumelion. No longer would we be barons, but marquess. The highest rank available outside the Ufrindil bloodline. However, of course he won't speak to us unless we pay tribute with some fruit of our specific labors, and I don't believe any of us have composed anything worthy of his ears that he hasn't heard already before. He expects us to write something on par with our experience and skill, but something of that caliber would take years to write. Years that poor Leo Zarin doesn't have. He'll be dead before we can declare his birth. And they kind of ponder a moment in both the sadness of your coming, your grief, and your loss. Also this new quandary they've realized in themselves.
And then
And,
What
I'm
about
gonna
the
walk
song that
over.
I heard? What about the
What was
song that I heard your man playing on my way into town? The man who introduced me to you. It was beautiful.
Drunamara and your uncle ponders this especially, and he says, if Leo Zarin were to present a piece, a King Alea Lumendress, Serenadin Corondin, Jesus, High Lord of Unumelion, Keeper of the Silver Grove, Herald of the Southern Wind, and Scourge of the East Keep Wronger, may accept it. He would require perfection of us, but if a mortal were to perform, we could posit that though sure to be clumsy and ungraceful, it's the best Leo Zarin could do, and therefore would be enough. And as for why we would present his work in the first place, we could say that though he would never get the amount of time needed to properly prepare before he died, we wanted to honor Leo Zarin's memory, giving him the honor of performing, and beg his majesty's forgiveness for making him listen to mortal music to appease to his sense of pity. He may even compliment us for our compassion that way, as anyone else who hears the song will seek to humiliate us, and we are taking that fall for the sake of honoring a dying family member.
Did
And
you
they-
not just hear what I was playing?
And yes, it was, for the amount of training you've had, exceptional, Leo Zarin.
I understand, I guess. Sure, this plan's fine.
Okay.
Well, not to interrupt, but you also do need to know, Leo, you haven't even spoken that a god is practically at his behest. He had a god up here with a single request of his. Leo is not a mere mortal. Look at him. He is a nigh god unto himself with 1,000 faces.
It's
I understand how you would think
I
that,
do
seeing as
start-
our blood flows through him.
I do just kind of start changing faces, because at this point, since they kind of like gave me a really backhanded compliment, I really just want to impress them.
That's every compliment from a, and your uncle Drunamarin knows that you have a hat of disguise.
Yes,
But-
I know, but still.
Okay.
Carolina scoffs at the disrespect going on.
They don't know any other way. But yes, it is. They did backhand compliment the shit out of you. Yeah. It says, though it will need to be an original piece. It's Leo Zarin. Do you have anything you've written? Just by the way, I'm gonna make you fuckers write a song.
Wait, like
Together.
for real?
Yeah.
What?
Well, we have
Well, I mean, we do
had
have a
some.
songwriter who is now part of the D&D campaign, which is quite nice if we are going to write a song.
Indeed.
There's a fire out of the flames we carry on. Well, Leo, you've had some amazing adventures yourself. I mean, from saving your best friend's soul to having a god show up to a party to, I mean, nearly tricking keepers of the Library of Time. You have had a storied life. A song like that in such a short time span, I mean, practically 50 years, is all you'll ever have. You could write a song about that.
I bet you could freestyle something right now.
Only if
say,
you
I'm
want
not-
to leave, Elio.
I'm not gonna let you roll for it. You fuckers.
We have to make it, like, for real?
Yeah.
Can I come back to you next week with a song?
Yes. Your great great grandmother even encourages you. She says, "Walk the city if you must. Take all the time you need. I understand you haven't traveled through all the Valley of Nine. If you need time to write the song, of course we understand. Although don't take too long, of course.
Yes, I
But-
have a mirror board, though.
Yes, but we'd appreciate it greatly, and
I accept.
Sylvania's blessings upon you." And she like sort of does a weird move with her hands. Says, and I don't know if we ever said explicitly, where is your father, so we might retrieve and heal him?
I believe he's a Thunderscreen?
He is currently under the care of a very intelligent, powerful, caring, smart druid in an area that we can't currently tell you about due to some mortal war issues. I'm sure you'd understand.
Interfering in the war? Absolutely not. We only seek Galamendror. It's mortal wars. Pass with the tides. Mere blinks of extermination and suffering and pointless famine. We want nothing to do with it. Only our son.
Well, I mean, everything's going to be over soon anyway, but Leo, where was he? What, like some sort of swamp?
I'd say, were you lying, Leo, or do you actually not remember where he is?
I actually don't remember where he is.
He is in the Silent Swamp under the care of Katrina Antony, who's Ash's baby mama.
Ash's ex, who doesn't love him like I do.
Okay. Yeah, then, yeah, I didn't remember that. So, yeah, I don't really want them to necessarily know, because just because they're blood don't mean I trust them.
Okay. Yeah, make a deception check.
That's okay. I'm really good at lying, too. Y'all are gonna lose your fucking shit. That is going to be a 29.
Yeah.
Make a plus
Yeah.
5.
They don't even suspect that you would ever lie to them. They go, "You're family. Why the fuck would you lie?" It's
Exactly how I want my family to feel.
it's the Vin Diesel family.
Hey, Charlotte, you mean in the game or in real life?
We're not related to Vin Diesel. You're alive.
No, I'm just talking about like I've never actually seen the Fast and Furious movies.
No, I'm talking
Yes.
around. Billy Matt asked if it was in real life or in...
Oh.
Yeah, the whole not lying thing. I was going to ask them before Leo kind of keeps going with this storyline. Are any of you highly religious? By the way, just a quick question.
I mean, other than we have respect for Sylvania, the creator of elves and creator of the Feywild, but churchgoers, not really. Although we have written several pieces of music to be played in churches, and of course have instructed church choirs, other sort of religious musicians. But no, not
I'm not really
churchgoers
one-
ourselves.
I'm not really one for music. I don't really see the point of it. But okay, that's cool, I guess.
Why do you ask?
Malor stealing souls, and I think some of the other gods are in on it, so I'm trying to kind of pull the different believers and things. It's no big deal. Well, it's fine.
Ah, yes, the Great Pelor Crusade. I had thought it ended, though.
It did. Don't worry, we'll deal with it, us pesky mortals. And you will continue thinking we did nothing.
They don't comment on that, because it's true.
Microaggressions with Pale Town.
It's though we're more than happy to grant you assistance in writing this song, Leozarin. And of course, we will make accommodations for you to stay in our house. Because it is your house as well, after all. You and your friends.
Thank you, that is much appreciated.
May you, for all our sakes, stay safe the rest of your time in the valley before you return to us.
Thank you.
And to this Thunderscrum, where Galamendror is, we cannot go to the material plane ourselves. And they go, oh, of course not. Why the fuck would we go to that hellscape? But, because there are many interplanar mercenaries, we shall have to contact them in town. And they kind of, like, go on other, tangents of planning to get Gilbert back to them.
Cool, okay.
Do you want to go into the rest of Unimelion to get inspiration? Do you want to just hang out here in their house? What do you guys want to do?
Let's wander around town. If y'all are down, of course.
I'm gonna go put the fear of everything ending in more people, so I'm good to wander and just follow you and make everyone terrified.
That sounds fun.
I'm down.
You go into the rest of town, and it's Baroque style art. Just every building is like that. Just there's just so much art everywhere. It's overwhelming and kind of dizzying if you look at things too long. There is every kind of shop you could ever want. There are art museums. There are you can even see the castle in the distance where their king lives, King Alea. And it's not a fortress like you've seen in Thunderscrum, but it is the most obscenely decorated thing you've ever seen. It's not even really a castle. It's just an absurdly architectural thing. It's like a pyramid of stacked up Fabergé eggs with swirling gold supports holding them up. Like there are whole rooms, like mansions sort of inside these domed structures that have filigree and sparkles and all shit. And they're all these lattice weaves of bridges between them. But the city is before you, and there's pretty much anywhere you want to go. There's a sort of mortal sector of town that the guard at the gate told you about. There's the Molly Tree Tavern, which is like the only mortal-owned tavern in town. He advised you to go there so you wouldn't get kidnapped if you slept here. And then there's sort of like other human ghettos in town. But the elven part is magnificent.
I'd say we go wrestle up some mortal fun.
Hey,
Let's
Leo.
go.
Hey, Leo.
Yeah, Carolina?
Your family seems kind of nice. How do you think
We're gonna
they
have
would...
to lie.
My mom told me if I didn't have something nice to say and I wasn't going to kill it, not to say it at all.
Hmm.
We might still kill them. That's on the table. My sword is still hungry, and I gotta find something. So, Leo's great-great-great-grandfather might just be the meal. But,
Yeah.
Let's
it was-
not.
I don't think killing Leo's family is a good idea.
Thank you.
Kill is such a strong word.
Yeah.
Eating.
That's the one you used.
Yeah.
Well, with them being elves, how do you think they would feel about the special blade that I have? And do you think they'd be able to tell me anything about it?
Possibly.
They're not going to attack me for it, are they?
Not since you're my guest.
I mean, every time I've been around elves with this, it seems to go awry.
I think we can trust them. To an extent. I trust them not to outright kill us.
You think you should present it to them?
No, because it's part of your lineage, and they would understand the importance of finding something important to your family.
Well, I think it's actually important to your lineage, not mine. I want it in combat.
Huh. I mean, I guess. We can present it together.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
So,
we can do that, and then we'll come up with this song.
Secret tunnel.
Yes, where do you guys go?
I think we said the mortal area.
Okay. The Molly Tree Tavern is very easy to find. You go through these grand streets. You can feel the power in the air when an elf walks by, as they shimmering silk robes and they have their noses upturned, and you also pass like other smaller adventuring groups and other sort of citizens who've made a life here, whether they were taken to the Feywild on purpose or, against their will. And you realize maybe even that the Molly Tree Tavern has been turned around backwards to face an alley. So it's like you see the trash cans of the other like elven shops here, but like this feels like a material plane sort of road because it's dingy and dark or whatever. And on the air, you passing through the streets, you could smell coffee and bread and other sort of beautiful vanilla scents, and then here you smelled probably fried chicken and tobacco, that sort of a thing. It feels very, very homey. And there's 3 shops on the street. One is like basic goods, rope, rations, other stuff like that. You could get literally anything in the elven magic shops, and everything here is super expensive because it's all handcrafted over 100 years of work, like that sort of thing. But This is sort of basic stuff that mortals would need after getting put here somehow. There's also a basic armor and weapons shop. You see maybe a couple of them that are like minorly enchanted. Of course, if you want fancy things, just go downtown. And then there is one shop where you see a tiefling with sort of white skin and horns, almost gray and green in like the kind of darker shadowy parts. And you see them flipping through. They're blindfolded and are flipping through a Rubik's cube. And you see above their table it says fortune telling, prophecy explanations, and tourism information. And they are just leaning back and flipping through this Rubik's Cube. And everyone else sort of stands in the street. You see a couple other shifty folks.
Wait, it did prophecy interpretation?
Yeah.
Should we ask him where we're gonna go? 'Cause if it's for like prophecy and fortune telling and tourism information, should we ask him where we're going to go?
No, I was gonna give them the Elder Michael text and see what they made of it.
That also works. That is less funny, but is more helpful.
There's nothing saying that we can't just ask them twice.
This is true, we could ask 2 things.
Yeah. Listen, I'm so used to asking someone a question and they try to stab me, and then I become friends with them after they stab me, so it's usually, give and take.
Yeah.
Here, Leo or Carolina or 10, you guys go do it because you guys are... Oh, wait, no, you guys shouldn't. You're elves.
What do we
Alright,
believe is
Bastion.
the reliability of a blindfolded tiefling?
Well, considering Johnny Puyo, I'd say hi.
He left you for
I'm
dead.
I'd say hi. He only left us for dead once. How many times could he have left us for dead?
I mean, you only met him like twice.
Twice. Exactly.
Okay.
It's only 50%.
Oh, pale.
And the last tiefling we met, I distracted while Carolina committed grand larceny.
You didn't know that.
Nope.
I say in Thieves' Cant to 10. Did he just call me an elf?
hurt you, Half Elf?
No.
Oh. I'm just looking over at Caroline thinking, I must be the only non-elf here.
Oh my god.
I'm special.
Even Bastion's an elf.
Yep. He might have pointy ears in there somewhere. I don't know.
No. I expressly don't have ears at all.
Who's to say?
You've seen underneath.
Yeah, you saw Garfield take him apart.
Here, Fashion, you go ask him.
I continue just kind of cussing under my breath in thieves' cant, so only really one person can understand me right now.
That was a bit
Okay.
foul, even to the front lines.
Oh. Yes. Then I start cussing in Elvish.
Nice.
Much better.
I'm
Oh, that
gonna,
Yeah, that's the goal. More people gonna.
I'm just gonna look over in Primordial and say, what are you saying?
hey, Bailey.
Uh-huh.
Out of curiosity, do I speak the Maw language I know?
Oh,
I think only you would know what you were saying.
But I can say words.
Yeah,
Or is it more of like I can translate, like I understand what you're saying, but I have no idea how to respond?
You know when NASA releases recordings of what planets sound like and like how the sun is just kind of screaming at us all the time?
Yeah.
You make that noise?
hmm
Yeah.
Man, people have been fucking making fun of me because I said that the Earth sounded like something, and they were like, "Oh, Charlotte, that's so stupid. There's no sound in space." I just want to tell those people to fuck themselves, even though they will literally never listen to this podcast.
No, the
well, it's
sun is
because whenever you hit the Earth, it's like a giant disc, so it reverberates.
Exactly.
the
This
sun
is
is an
fun.
eldritch horror. The sun is its own eldritch horror. It's giant. It's a giant nuclear explosion. If you look at it too long, you go blind, and it constantly screams at us as we worship it and look up to it every
I
morning.
remember seeing a post talking about how they gave like a deaf person implants, and when they walked outside, they were like, "Huh, I imagined the sun made noise."
It's
Yeah.
not just one. All of them assume that the sun makes like a roaring noise all the time.
How
That's
interesting.
And that's why Palor is evil. So, I'm just
Anyways,
gonna-
the sun is bad. Let's destroy it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'd be so much better without the sun.
In the sky.
Honestly, Umberly, drown the
We have
sun.
candles. We don't need the fucking sun.
Actually, I'll have a rant about that later because I had to do research on that. I'm going to push Fashion towards the tiefling and just say, here, go. Walk it.
He'll even
Friendly.
move me.
No, I'm trying to push you. You're not moving at all.
Yeah, if you resist, you're just it's like pushing on a wall.
Carolina's laughing.
What do you think? So you go talk to him.
Bastion will let out the equivalent of a sigh, which it mostly just sounds like grinding gears.
Mhm.
And then I will walk towards the blindfolded tiefling.
Yeah, at the sound of your crunching down the street, they set down the Rubik's Cube and fold their hands, looking straight ahead, not at you.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, "What can I do you for?"
You do prophecy interpretation, is that correct?
I certainly do. It's, you tell me the prophecy, I tell you a price, and then if you accept, I will give you an interpretation. It is, in my long life, many studies, and my accuracy rating is about 85.
I believe that is fairly accurate as far as prophecy interpretation goes, although I have nothing to compare it against. As most of the time, prophecy interpretation is subjective.
Indeed. However, I have, through certain means, acquired the ability to see between the lines and understand what may be written and translate it to what it could actually be. I'm able to parse vague terms, is what I'm saying. And I've studied history quite a bit.
Make an insight check.
Go ahead.
This is just Johnny Guio in disguise.
17.
17. You can tell while they're being a salesman, they are being honest. This is what they do for a living. It's you. While they're kind of hinting that this is the Feywild, their price is going to be more than just gold. But they are being honest. And you, as you kind of look them over, you feel they're not just some random person. There's a little more going on there.
I would like to, as I've been listening cautiously from behind, I'm gonna shuffle on up now. I'm going to ask her, say, well, this prophecy we have affects the entire world.
As many prophecies do.
What we're giving you is honestly some pretty restricted knowledge. It's worth
Lending.
quite a bit. So,
Lending.
What was that, Pill?
Say, lending. We're not giving it to him. Her. Them.
well,
Tiefling.
they said-
It's a
they said we
it's a
had to
them.
read-
It's a them.
They said we had to read
Classic
it.
tiefling.
Classic tiefling.
Listen, what's your name?
It's I actually lost my notes on this person. I guess I must have copied and pasted them and not actually pasted them. So let's
That's
go
a
to
weird
Phelps.
Lost my
name.
notes.
That's
Listen,
a weird
lost my
name.
notes.
Jesus.
Lost my notes.
Their name
Lost
is
my notes.
Notorian. Notorian. That's what they're called.
Notorian?
Yeah.
Is it the Notorian?
Hmm?
Is it the Notorian?
I'm thinking Notorian like the Roman Pectorian. But just because I've been playing New Vegas.
Too small.
That's what I was just saying.
What?
Notorian B.I.G.
I don't understand.
It's Notorious B.I.G., the rapper.
God,
Oh.
Bailey, you're so young.
I live under a rock. I'm sorry.
Back in my day,
That's not living a camper.
I'm the
Oh my
youngest
God.
one
Oh my-
here, and I got that. Come on.
listen here, whippersnapper.
No.
You
So-
youngins with your rap music!
A Werther's
I'm
original.
insulted every week about y'all ages.
What's that?
I'm insulted every week about y'all ages.
Yeah.
They're terrible. I know.
I might have even mentioned this last time. I have a coworker who, he graduated high school in '97. You know, the year I was born. And I'm like, you could be my dad. And he's like, I hate you so much.
Why would you say that?
Because
God.
I knew it would cause him pain. So
It does
Powerful.
strike a nerve.
Nerve.
It strikes a nerve for me too.
That's
My
okay.
God.
I'm just with my future husband. He is
You what?
only a month and 5 days older than my younger sister.
you know, there's nothing wrong with being a cougar, Charlotte.
Anyway, so I'm gonna lean into Notorian and just like, listen, you're a tiefling, right? I get mistaken for one. I'm gonna level with you. We have the prophecy of Father Michael. We want to get your view on it, and I will pay almost any price for you just to give me your general vibes on that.
Father Michael. Do you mean Elder Michael of Maculian fame?
Really keep up with their Merculians.
Yes, of the 203rd era.
Huh. Many prophecies I would suspect he had, being a champion of Merkul for over 200 years.
Yeah, I kind of
Which
got
of
this one while
these-
serving under Stephen Puyo.
Of course. And what is the prophecy? Because that is my... I tell you, you tell me what it is. And then I, based on what information I know I can give you, and based on how tantalizing I think it is to learn, that is what I base my price off of.
Going in
Right.
my back.
Yeah, can I just start saying it as Pale's like rummaging around?
Yeah, because you have memory.
Oh, I was gonna try and just start reading it out. I couldn't find it yet.
You guys read it in tandem.
Oh, that's
Is this
terrifying.
like a shop?
Is it a what?
Is this like a shop, or is he just sitting at a table?
He's sitting at a table with a banner above. It's fortune telling, prophecy interpretation, and tourism information is their thing.
The carrying
Well,
in or like the sort of newsies.
He's sitting there like changing.
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah. And they're blind and they've been solving a Rubik's Cube and then mixing it up and then solving it again.
So nothing of importance around him besides this Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, the table is empty. There's like a tablecloth, like of a rich purple, like crushed felt, but they don't really have any artifacts that you can see. They're richly dressed, probably like they're a them, so gender neutral sort of robes. The flowing silk that elves usually wear around here. They have like some brass and gold and silver bangles, and then the dark red silk blindfold.
Okay, I would like to look around for anybody guarding him or where he would put whatever profit he makes or they make.
Oh, make an investigation check. Yeah, as Bastion reads this prophecy, you can be
I'm okay
recounting.
with murder, but theft?
10.
A 10. You don't really see anything on them other than their clothes, and they don't really have anyone guarding them. It's the other two sort of like basic supplies sellers a little further down the street. There are a few people, smoking and sharing drinks in this alleyway, just random vagrants. Then there's of course, the Molly Tree Tavern bar, where they have like the shutters open to their windows as it's during the day. But no one's really... You get a few passing glances as, oh look, somebody's talking to the fortune teller guy. But it's not really anyone paying special attention to you that you can see. And are you doing anything special, 10?
No, not at the moment. I'll stay with the others.
Cool. But yeah, you read this prophecy to them, Bastion, and Pale, you're disappointed as he starts reading before you can pull the book out. They nod as they listen, not really, just head pointed in a random direction, because they can't see you. And then they ponder it and they go, I understand quite a bit of this. And though there are some things that I've not heard before, which is interesting. And for this, something sentimental.
Oh, I can pay with that. I reach into my
Can you
bag.
pull out the picture of the two children that I got at that thrift store?
I hit his hand and take out a single nail and hand it to him.
A nail?
It was one of the 4 that held down Ash when he was being tortured.
Ah. He looks at the photograph, Leo, and he says, that's cute. But, the nail... I meant something more like a memory.
Oh, to truly pull from my mind.
Indeed. Or any of you.
Well, this is my book to carry.
I wouldn't mind actually giving her the memory of my first night with Elemente. It is a bit of a heavy burden.
Although I hope you understand, that's not how bartering works. I'm doing you a favor by taking this.
No.
I want something.
It is a sweet, sweet memory. You see, she betrayed me in the most horrid ways, and I had to do something awful to fix it.
What did you do to
It
Ellie?
is something I dream of often. It is something that brings me joy as I sleep.
Leo, what did you do to Allie?
Don't worry about it.
Leo, her brothers are gonna... What did you... Her brothers are so much stronger than us. What did you do?
They'll never know.
Oh my god.
It is a memory that I cherish, but it hurts me so. It is a very prime and beautiful memory.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Hale finally knows that you killed her. Yes. It's been months.
That's going to be a 22.
I will accept this.
I'm gonna cast Sending to the Tiefling and just say, look into my mind, and I want you to see the Friendship Festival, the first time I found friends outside of the dark alleys I grew up in. Take that.
Now that is a tantalizing price. Because
I don't even have the Friendship Medal anymore. I gave that away.
it's that for... I almost feel guilty taking that from you. But oh, the things... I'd planned on trading in kind because I will take that memory of your poor, poor girlfriend. Though... He smiles at you, Leo. They say, for that price, Mr. Leozar and Anastasia Olusandrora, welcome to the city, by the way. For that, I can give you very good information. However, I was going to leave bits out of the tantalizing Elder Michael prophecy you just showed me, but for one of the happiest memories of your life, bonding with your new friends, Mr. Pale Talon, that I'd be willing to give several a bonus, a discount on your next visit, even.
Sounds good to me.
I say in Thieves' Cant, when did we give them our names?
We did not give our names at all. However, it is likely big news that 3 strangers arose in town. We have made waves wherever we have walked.
That and I just know things, they say.
So how does this work? What, you reach into my brain and pull out like a specific piece of flesh, or is this magical? How does this work?
Oh, this is... I take the joy from the memory. You'll still remember. But I take the... You remember it happened, and you remember that it's previously brought you some pleasure or knowledge or whatever. But it just won't be the same. You'll hardly miss it.
Are you able to feel joy? Do you experience it through others?
They can make a face, perhaps.
I hope one day you can feel as rapturous joy as the memories of those that you borrow from.
See them honestly be touched. That's really nice of you.
Sending, I may as well be nice to everyone.
Fair play. Fair play. I expect nothing from Merculian. The New Age ones especially.
Thank you. Oh, me saying that I don't associate with him. You saw right through that, huh?
Well, I can feel it, yeah. Radiating from you.
I forget about people being able to read vibes.
Yes, indeed. Vibe checks are my specialty. So, memories, yes. Both of you? Just one? Either?
What do you say, Leo? Ready to go for another ride? That's going to traumatize us horribly together.
Mr. Leozar and I have very important information that I'll just give you if you give me the subtle pleasures of your evening. That one evening. Though, of course, you don't have to. I can't just take them from you. If you're talking, you're muted.
I think they said that they're AFK, but I don't know which
Oh.
one said that.
Just
Wait, is Bailey and... is Charlotte in here?
Oh, they're together because they both been talking from the same mic.
It's these days.
It's these days. We'll come back to Leo. However, the prophecy. Let me go fucking find it really fast. Sorry. Just so I can look at the
Once
words.
upon a time, there was an evil god.
Yeah.
And then he ate everything. The end.
The end.
Like the hungry caterpillar on a cosmic scale.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But he was still hungry. Also, side note, there was just like an explosion in my neighborhood. Like not like fireworks, like actual explosion. So, if you guys hear sirens, I'll mute myself and I'll just type.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, we've had it over the past like 15 years in this area. We've had people get bored and try and make pipe bombs and such. So every now and then, like once a year, there's like a bomb that goes off. It's fine.
It's you should live out in where I live, where people just shoot guns all night.
I feel like there'd be more explosions and stuff.
Just random fucking, yeah.
They're hunting skinwalkers and wendigos.
I mean, there are coyotes out here. So.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay.
You think coyotes are real? That's like saying birds are real. Which is my favorite conspiracy theory.
Okay, so it must be in... Because I have 5 volumes of past notes now. Because Google Docs gets kind of finicky if there's more than 25 pages. There we go. Alright, sick. I got it.
Wow.
I got it. Alright. It says... They keep what they take even when it repeats. They cannot go between. Let me see. The only ones outside of the planar sort of bubbles. The great old ones. Cthulhu, the largest. These black bubbles must be... I mean, dimensions, multiple dimensions is merely theoretical, but that's what it sounds like. And the only thing outside of the dimension, the universe, in their own, not even a plane of existence, but a space where nothing quite makes sense. 2 + 2 is 5, you know, that sort of thing. I believe it must be these great old ones. And then the Black King. The Black King asked the broken god. Well, that of course must be King James. King James of Thunderscrim. What of these? What of these? What of these? And of course, the thing that eats the maw. Of course. Green Star, perhaps. This maw vision. The Ethereum shard is green. The Ethereum stone, though never seen. There, of course. And then again, they could not see them from the outside. These are the great old ones as well, I believe. Let me see. And then, of course, the mother took the shard and it was the Black King. Of course, the Ethereum shard that created Thunderscrim and the Crisis, and was then absorbed into King James, and is arguably his soul, instead of those being separate. Ender, Merkul. Of course. And then... where? I'm not so sure about all this combining and then eating them early. The one that was injected and ejected, that's that one. Who would that be? I don't know of anyone who's not from a dimension. I don't think that's possible. Unless there's an eldritch horror here upon one of the planes that we don't know about, though I don't know how that would escape our knowledge. Then it will end and begin again recycled. That's the passing of Gond and Merkul, creating and destroying the universe. And this, the ones in the nothing, which we believe already is the great old ones. According to this, I must infer that they take souls from the world, but possibly they don't give them back to Gond when everything goes across. Which that is a kind of an interesting discovery, if that's true. I'm not certain about that one, though. And then the most powerful force in the everything that we apparently already have. I know the Pelorians think that it's unused souls, but who quite knows if they're right? And breaking something. Break the maw, perhaps, somehow? And now, Pale, upon them pondering all of that and mentioning it to you, you feel the Friendship Festival. It slowly turns from this joyous, awkward time of meeting when you were so hopeful and full of cheer and meeting your new friends and going on your first adventure in Phandalin, even the first time you were attacked by the chicken, and the amusement of sending up some hookers to go bother your friend Leo, and keeping Tatiana from fucking murdering people, and learning of the revolution to be in Stone Garden and heading up your way there to begin your most righteous cause. You feel all of these sink into a deep, dark pit of uncertainty in your heart. It reminds you of when Stephen died. It reminds you, or the same feeling you feel is the same one you felt when Stephen died, of when you learned that your sister and father were damned to the god of the ocean. Just that sinking despair and void of light and hope whenever you think of this. And then indeed, every time that you remembering it, it's just a anxious sort of dread, and that there's, like, you still remember things exactly how they happened, but every time you think about it, it's an empty void that you can't decide if you want to cry or just curl up in a hole and, like, wait for whatever it is to pass, because this grief is sort of all-consuming, as that is all that is left. And, like, you remember making your new friends and the anxiety of traveling with them to Phandalin and making friends with them, and then the anxiety of trying to avoid the police as Tatiana fucking killed some people. And then your frustration with Leo's hedonism, that's all that's left. And then every time you remember thinking of it, even when you were talking to Stephen in the graveyard, showing him the friendship medals, trying to prove to him that there was more to life, that you could make new friends, this same all-consuming depression invades that memory also.
The hair on my head just kind of dims a bit. Look at Notorion. I hope that serves you well and that it warms you the coldest days here, if it even gets cold.
It doesn't, but I hope that you as well take what I've given you, as I believe it is accurate. Do some breaking, I suppose, because it must be done, apparently.
Yeah, it's a drink.
Yes, you do. And then are Leozarin and Ten back with us?
They commented in the chat.
Yes,
Charlotte.
yeah, back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that interrupt.
No, it's cool. We need a Necron? Jeez. Yeah, alright.
Bastion's the Silent King.
Sure. And they offered you some information in exchange for your memory of Allie, Leo.
Mm-hmm. I will listen back through it once it is posted.
Oh, no, I haven't told it to you yet. Are you going to give that memory away, having heard how depressed Pale just got?
Huh. Yeah. Because at
Okay.
least then I can feel self-righteous in killing her, instead of sitting down guilty all the time.
It's, you see in the very tavern behind you, literally 50 feet away, like she grants you almost a vision. You see in the very tavern behind you, she says, the next time you come to this city, they happen to be in the city as well, searching for you, looking for you. You see her 3 barbarian brothers dwarfing the table and the bartender as they get food at this tavern. They aren't here right now. You see her brother, who's a wizard, reading through a book, and like even sparks fly off the pages a bit as he turns them. And then you see Alimente from behind, her long, dirty blonde hair and like the feathers she used to wear, her blue sort of leather armor, and her crossbow at her side. And then it pans over to her face, and you see it look almost like Ten's. You see it almost like Lorifir's was. Alimente has turned into a revenant, and you see the necklace of strangulation around her neck cutting into her flesh even as she walks undead with her brothers, looking for you so she can find peace. It says they will be here looking for you next time you're in the city.
Hey, Leo, what you see?
And also, as you... This panic may become even worse as your memories of Alimente fade into just the terror from her brothers. The dizzyingness of being high while being with her, and your subconscious fear, the annoyance you had turns to rage as you remember the Pale interrupting you with the hookers, and then your rage at Tatiana, just the memory of her especially, turns to even more darkness when it might have previously just been annoyance, and you've looked over your shoulder every time you've remembered her and the Friendship Festival, which also becomes a little more dim, as similarly to how Pale's is, just because she was so involved in it. And yeah, just the sort of sinking depression and fear is very much amplified, as it's the negative emotions you felt at the time.
Dandy. So Alimente is coming.
She is indeed.
What do they know?
They know that you're adventurers who fought in the revolution. They know that you were escorting King Henry to Golgari. They know that you're good friends with the royalty there. They know who you're traveling with. They've heard the rumors of the yet to be powered up but apparent champion of Gond with you. They know that you have a human warrior of great stature, and every now and then the whisper of a particular blade. They know of,
What you mean, a particular blade?
They look at you like, don't play dumb with me. They don't say
Probably my
that.
equal
That's the
law.
look they give you.
Probably my equal.
Sure. And then, of course, I believe they know all of you except for Mr. 10, except for you. And then...
I've worked hard to keep my head.
A Pale, of
Hello.
course they know. The depression. Not the depression, but the fucking Merculian to be.
Well, I mean, all I feel is depression thinking about them.
You're welcome. And what were you saying, 10?
I've worked hard to keep my head low.
And you have. And you've done a great job so far. With your
Well, I
best,
guess
can
you're with the
imagine
wrong
why.
group.
What do they know of the necklace? And
They know that you sent it. When Alimente opened the letter, she thought the joy of putting it on around her neck, being able to remember you at the very, just a touch to her chest. And then the tightening, the fear, the betrayal, the scream that couldn't be let out, and then falling to the floor, not even really knowing what happened. Then, of course, her brother, the wizard, coming in, panicking, doing whatever healing magic he could, trying to get the stone and chain from around her with no avail. Then trying to go to the local church and asking them, but it being too late, her soul already coming to her, racing through the ether, and her rage as she looked down and realized as her brother cast Identify on the object, figuring out what it was, and then seeing your letter on the floor, knowing that it must have been you. And then, of course, as Alimente rose into the afterlife and looked upon you to see what you'd done, and the betrayal, and only asking, why? Why would he do this? What had I done to him? Couldn't he have just, if he wanted to break up with me, write a letter? A dear John? But no, he's killed me. For whatever reason. And she almost blames herself for being a fool and trusting you, but It's more just a why.
I thought they didn't know anything in the afterlife that they didn't know in life.
Well, your dear
Isn't that a
friend,
D&D thing?
your dear friend Lorafear, found out that the identity of those who killed him in the afterlife.
No, he saw them in life. They were there.
And of course, if you don't go straight to Celestia or the astral plane, unfinished business, you can sort of just follow people around.
Huh.
Oh my god, Allie watched Leo with Birch.
Probably. I'm not sure it turned faster than that. That's...
Did I know I was a champion of Gon? Like the dedicated champion? I thought I was just his son.
Well, you're the... I mean, he hasn't ever had one,
Right.
and...
A son or a champion?
Both?
Today we learn about the Trinity.
Maybe that was a spoiler. My apologies.
Hmm.
But you guys knew. It's...
I mean, I was figuring, I was like, I don't see anyone else talking about Gon other than me.
Yeah. It's... There's
rather
artisans.
I gotta change my introduction now, shit.
I mean, he hasn't officially proclaimed you,
Right.
but...
That's, well, yeah, then that'd be fair enough, yeah. If I haven't been officially proclaimed, then I definitely wouldn't, because I'm not gonna piss off Father Creator.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, we're Gon to the son of Gon, the Gon spirit.
Oh, you talking about the Trinity? Yeah.
Yeah.
His Gondiness.
Well, Bastion, I'm sorry, we gotta put you up on that at their crucifix, I'm sorry. It's for the
Oh,
sake of
God.
all Herculeans.
Atone
I
for
don't
our
think you'd
robot
be able
sins.
to. I don't think you'd be able to fit the nails through my hand, and then I don't think I'd stay on the wooden cross. I think I'd break it.
It's magnetic.
Oh my god.
It's magnetic wood. It is still wood, but it's
Yeah,
magnetic.
joke's on you. I'm made out of a metal that's not magnetic.
Aluminum.
Aluminum.
Gold.
Cobalt.
Yeah, I'm
It's all
aluminum.
cobalt.
What if it's my spirit blades?
Oh. It's just ghosts holding up Bastion. Oh my god.
Rattle 'em, boys.
I'm looking around for revenants other than 10.
Yeah, I was about to say the only undead at the moment is Ted.
Hey, Leo.
Yeah.
If Allie and her brother show up, I will protect you, but I'm going to, break one of your hands for... I'll heal it. But boy howdy, am I going to at least let them get one hit on you.
I understand.
Cool.
We'll allow that, but no more. I feel, although I do not know what exactly has happened, I feel Pale is at least somewhat justified in doing that. However, no more harm will come to you. You are my friend. And under my protection.
In my defense, she was fighting for the wrong side.
Yeah, Leo killed someone instead of just breaking up with him.
It was an assassination attempt. I was trying to save the lives of non-magic users.
Is that true? You were trying to save the lives of non-magic users?
Well, part of it.
Sounds justified. I need to know.
I say he found out she was on the wrong side of things. We were gonna end up fighting her anyway. It's kind of like me. Kind of like me trying to avoid having to fight my sister.
I mean, a necklace of strangulation, after all, is not that unkind.
You said it was.
Actually, suffocation is apparently one of the most painful ways to die.
Oh, but I mean, not as
Remain
bad
fully-
as being run through with a sword a bunch of times.
No, you go
Actually,
in
no.
shock for that.
Yes. When suffocating to death, most people remain fully conscious until their very last moments, whereas when stabbed or eviscerated, most people usually pass out before their deaths.
Plus, we have super magic. I could have just done it without her even realizing she was dead. I'm made of fire.
It's okay!
You're made out of jester noses.
I am more inclined to agree with Pale on at least doing Well, I will not condone this. However, I will turn a blind eye. Just this once. And I will very, subtly give a thumbs up and wink to Pale.
Now you get a chance to kill her painlessly. Good luck.
10 looks warily around. I'm beginning to mistrust the loyalty of this group.
Honestly, just trust whatever Bastion says. He's kind of like our guiding compass, and then Carolina, and then Leo and I are kind of partners in stupidity.
I'll stick to my own morals, not...
That is fine. I think independent thought is very important.
Leo, I know how you were feeling, and I know why you did what you did. I don't know that I could do it, but my situation may end up having to do it face to face. I'm on your side about this.
Thank you, Carolina. I'm glad you understand. I'm happy to attempt assassination on your sister if need be.
Oh no. I don't want it to happen, but if it is going to happen, it will be me.
I understand.
I will bring your sister back after you beat her so that you can still have her around, but you kind of know that you already won.
Do any of you want to make me a history check?
Oh, I sure would like to. Also, should we just treat that as me not hearing the, oh, by the way, and the champion of Gond?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I was about to say,
Sorry.
Bastion's definitely going to be like, hey, what the fuck did that mean?
The two-man...
Yeah, the CPU fan just, fries itself. Yeah.
Error, rebooting. It's the dial-up noise.
Somehow that's also the Maw language.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a D209.
What the fuck?
I meant to roll a D. Yeah, so I got a 97 on that. I'm just that good at remembering. 20.
Nice.
For history.
Okay.
I got an 18. Jeremiah got a 17.
I got a 13.
So what did you get, Pale? Did you roll? Ah, okay.
Oh?
So, everyone but Carolina, you remember that if you kill a revenant, within a year will pass and it will come back to life. Unless you find a way to put their soul to rest for good.
Oh, I had forgotten that.
Mm-hmm.
But we just have to not kill her or let her kill Leo.
Do we remember ways to put souls to rest?
It's sort of a personal thing.
We could always ask.
Find out what that would be?
Well. Hey, Pale, how confident are you that you could bring me back?
Wait, give me a second. 73% sure. For those listening, I just rolled a D100 and guessed at whatever the percent was going to be.
It's as long as you live, Leo, unless you find another way for her to pass on, she will hunt you for eternity. You could find
Honestly,
another way to make her
It
stop.
sounds like a great way for you two to get back together if she's eternally trying to murder you and I keep bringing you back until I die. It sounds kind of cute.
Lovers to enemies to lovers again?
Yeah.
It's lover enemy. It's really
I would like to raise the point that if she's only on this material plane still because of her intense hatred for Leo, then I do not think that they would be able to get back together.
Also,
Passion,
I thought
love
that
is
Revenant had a
complicated.
year, and then if they didn't figure
It
their
is.
shit
I don't
out,
understand it.
Hold on. But if they die, they just come back after a certain amount of...
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah, revenants are effectively immortal. Like, you can kill them, but, they just kind of ignore that after a while.
When a revenant's body is destroyed, its soul lingers up to 24 hours. The soul inhibits and animates another corpse. Yeah.
Oh. A wish spell? Oh fuck, we don't have any wish spells.
Yeah, that's
That
a
is a
ninth
ninth level spell. We don't get that shit until like.
Level
What
8.
if-
I literally none of us are except for Pale.
So, remind
Pale
me how
can't get
spell
wish.
scrolls work. If you buy a spell scroll, you have to be able to cast it at the level.
So two things is first off, you need to have a class that can cast that,
Bards
and
can.
then. Actually, yeah, you.
Yeah, I
well,
also
it- well,
warlock
yeah,
cast anything you want.
but what? How many levels did you take in your warlock class?
There's also the luck blade.
3 in my warlock class.
Okay, then as long as you only level bard now, you technically would get it by the time everyone else is level 20.
There's also the luck.
Yeah, the
Leo,
luck.
do
There
you
are
think
items that can cast wish,
That's true.
Leo,
but they are
do you think you'll
expensive.
be able
Oh yeah,
How do you-
the power to change the fabric of reality for 5 cents.
Hey, Leo,
We
do you think
do
you could
have
lie to a
one.
revenant? Do you think you could lie to a revenant?
I don't know. I do know that I have a candle of invocation and I might be able to summon a god to do it. I also have a god who loves me.
We do have the necklace of Windwalk. You could just say that you meant to send her that.
But I told her it was a necklace of adaptation, which it did look like. And I thought the identify spell would show it as a necklace of
Yeah, but you're
Adaptation.
dumb.
It was also used at that point.
Oh, right.
Let me look at it again.
I mean,
I'm
I
doing
could
this
say
for
that
plot, even if it says I'm gonna overrule that.
I could say that I used a potion of truth on you, and you can tell her that you love her and you meant it to be something else.
Here, you know what? Are revenants considered like sentient and intelligent?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's get turned to Leo. Here, I have a few more use to this. I'm just gonna sending to her, and I'll just reach out. Okay, that sound good?
No.
But if we catch her before she puts the necklace on, we can warn her that it's the wrong one if we get the timing right. If not, she'll come here and then we can settle it. It'll be fine. We can be friends again.
Oh, you mean mess with time again?
You say mess with time. Champion Ildor Avarice says bastardize the very thing that he protects.
Mm-hmm.
You could also go
Nice
find the
having
clock,
Yeah, we
which Sariel has, by the way, wherever the fuck Sariel is. But
probably near milk.
I
But yeah, it says that an identify spell reveals it to be a necklace of adaptation.
I'm overriding
So-
that for plot.
Fine.
It adapted to death.
It's the only reason I did it that way now.
Oh, and maybe
But we
Element
did it.
figures
DM
out.
said, DM said,
Fine.
How about she was just like, this necklace strangled me to death. I don't know how, but she would know, and it's from you.
Yeah.
Just call it Revenant magic.
For some reason. Yeah.
What's that, 10?
How about it just like didn't work on her for some reason? You know?
Nah, because
Oh,
being
like
a
the
revenant.
trick. Yeah, it's she knows that the thing she got in a letter from you killed her. Doesn't matter what it actually is.
Fine.
It's, hi, I'm angry, back from the dead, and this necklace strangled me to death. I want revenge.
isn't that just the start of Tiger King 2?
Haven't seen it.
Basically.
It's okay, Leo. She can die again by my blade if you like.
Just
Leo.
however we can kill all of them would be pretty great. I'm not quite ready to die. I apparently have a very musical family.
Just gonna
And for once,
pull
I might
out,
actually fit in somewhere.
just gonna pull out Merkul's Mercy and just say, Leo, just remember, I can help fix this. Or you can also write a song about this and put Merkul's Mercy away. You could write a song about this.
We could write a song about this. A country style song. It'd be the perfect fucking song about killing your girlfriend because she was fighting on the wrong side of the war and her coming back to haunt you. Either country or bluegrass, one of the two.
It's just Delia
Hey,
by
Pale.
Johnny Cash. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Darian?
Hey, Pale. Maybe we could just capture her and you can keep feeding your sword.
Ooh, she has so many brothers. No,
Well, I don't think
they
they're
were
gonna
they
come
were
back.
nice. They were nice.
I don't think they're gonna come back.
No, they won't. But the Revenant would. Ooh, I'm gonna keep her in the bag and just stab her once. No, that might be too far even for Merkul. But if it's not,
Yagami is in the bag.
We could get a second bag.
Yeah, we can get a second bag and I can just stab it in there. Or her and Yagami can become friends, and I just kill her once a day.
I can make another one.
Or Yagami has a friend that I kill once a day.
I don't
think that will be
that
good
might
for their
be-
growing mind.
Yeah, I think Yagami might
Yeah,
have
this is child labor.
It's not labor.
No,
it's
it's not.
puzzle. It's games.
I'm teaching them. I asked them if they wanted to. It's not child labor. If they said yes, I would like to learn. I said, hey, do you want to do something? And they said yes, and I said, okay, cool. Here you go.
It's a cure for boredom.
Mm-hmm.
It just happens to be also helpful.
Leo, you wanted to give them smut, and you would have if only they could read.
I forgot.
Hale wanted to fucking murder them and eat their soul to their stupid sword.
See, I wouldn't have eaten the soul. The stupid sword would have eaten their soul. So really, whose fault is it?
That's semantics, and you know it.
I don't even know what that word means.
No, we love Yagami. We wouldn't want to harm Yagami. I just wanted to give them something to read.
Yes.
You're worse than me.
I will not allow you to send them lewd material. They are technically an unborn soul.
Lewd and lascivious.
They're negative years old.
It's just prurient.
So it's not child labor, it's soul
In-
labor.
Until they have received their designated body, I will not allow corruption to reach them.
Aren't they making bullets?
It's fine.
Bash is gonna look at Carolina.
Last I remember, they're making weird ship parts. Which have you
Yeah,
even
no,
told
I
the
think-
others
I think-
about the boat?
No.
Okay.
I slapped my double blade on the table. You spoke of it. What about it?
Do you not know its history already?
I know some of it. I don't know all of it.
It's, you've all passed through the Scorch already. You've seen what, is laid to waste there. Let me go find the exact text, or they say, let me ponder, the exact... The Scorch is where all Darklings hail from. They were turned into Darklings there. The Valley of Nine is so shifting, so they cannot find their way back. To the very fountain you seek, the Archfey, the Summer Queen, Tiandra, used to rule over this part back when the Darklings were just elves. Tiandra made the Summer Alondran out of some High Elves, and the Darklings, then just another pack, wanted to be something too. But Sylvania, the elf goddess, wasn't happy with them because they were letting Drow live among them. And so Tiandra wouldn't transform them into a more powerful version of elves because she didn't want to get Sylvania mad at her. And then, so the Darklings got mad at Tiandra and burnt the forest down. There is some argument on how much this was influenced by the Drow, and some say the Drow were trying to escape Lolth as refugees, and some say they came preaching about Lolth. But either way, Tiandra told them, "You burnt my forest, so go burn forever." And then she made them sensitive to light, and so the Drow went with the Darklings went with the Drow into the Underdark, and they've been down there ever since. Your blade, carried by Sardoon Kalia, which was the champion of Sylvania, Sardoon Kalia of Astrazan, born 1284 Second Era, the day Pelor hid the sun. And because she has fought Pelor so much, and because she is so favored by Sylvania, her blade, blessed in the waters of this land, the fountain you seek, would be able to redeem the Darklings and others who are harmed by radiant energy. They need only to wash themselves in... The fountain will bless the sword as much as the sword will bless the fountain, as the fountain is of Sardoon Kalia, the light cutter, some called her. And so, upon blessing the sword in the water, you then take the water which has been in contact with the sword, and then if you dump it all over yourself, then you reverse the curse, so to speak. And that one was
So why is it that elves challenge for this sword?
Because it belongs to Sardoon Kalia, the greatest champion of Sylvania, goddess of the elves. It's a holy artifact. It's one of the most holy artifacts in all of elvenkind. And I'm not asking for payment of this because I already have my own. I'll benefit from this telling on the back end. I'm certain. But yes, that is one of the most holy artifacts of worshippers of Sylvania, and it's in the hands of a human.
At least now I know why they attack.
Yes. It's sort of a blind rage sort of thing, which is uncommon among elves. It may even be Sylvania herself wanting it back, which may explain why your trip through the Nine is so arduous. So when it comes back, when the Feywild itself kills you, Sylvania will have her chosen's weapon again, regardless of how Sardoon Kalia actually might feel about you having it. Sardoon Kalia was more of a, good for the sake of good kind of a person. Very unique among elves.
Seems like my kind of elf.
She was very popular.
I'll put the scimitar back in my quiver.
Okay. And, I figure we should, unless anyone has any last thoughts, we probably should end there, because it is 9.
That's almost 10.
Oh my god.
And with that, I am off to go think about how terrifying it is that Bailey thought of a joy-stealing tiefling.
You're fucking
Good
welcome.
Yeah. Well, they might not be a tiefling.
They're probably not
That's
a tiefling.
even scarier. That's even
I have my
scarier.
suspicions.
Oh, great! It's the
Bastion doesn't.
kind of non.
Well,
non-horny
I mean, Bastion
succubus.
probably does, but not the same that I do.
It's an oracle.
I mean, obviously.
It's a non-horny succubus.
An
That's not
asexual
sexual.
succubus?
That's based.
Not
so-
necessarily asexual, just does not feel joy. A depressed succubus.
Oh my
Apathetic.
god.
Yeah.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Night shot.
Good night, y'all.
Night, John boy.
Hey, it's your DM, Bailey Ford. I would like to thank our regular players, Charlotte, Darian, Matt, Jeremiah, and Ian, Hip for our cover art, and Tabletop Audio for our background music. You can find us on Twitter at @CIllithids, and thank you especially for listening.